Well, you know, Georgia was CEO of Tarom, so maybe it's Tarom thinking, yeah.
So it's good for us. We don't have a direct connection between Sibiu.
When did Tarom cut the Sibiu Bucharest? It's
After 3 years.
Because they had a lot.
2014 in the summer season.
Yeah.
So maybe
They couldn't fill it. They couldn't trade it.
No, what was the cost filling the year? The problem was about the cost of the ticket. It was 200 euros a turnaround.
Very expensive.
Yeah, very expensive. You know, if you make a deal like that from Sibiu in Bucharest, you have 3 hours of time.
Yeah.
So basically,
That's not so long.
also in the last season, in that winter season, they operated 3 weekly flights. On Monday, on Wednesday, on Friday, in the middle of the day. So basically here from Sibiu, also as in Cluj, those flights, internal flights are made for business purposes.
You need morning or evening?
Morning and evening. You go and come back. And this is pure and simple.
Yeah.
Just to come today and the other flights 2 days from now.
Yeah.
But that.
So what else do you have now? You have Austrian flying to Vienna every day.
We have
You have
was the
yeah.
What was the last one? Sibiu. It was Tarom,
Yeah.
Lufthansa, Austria, Blue Air.
Yeah. So Lufthansa is doing Munich
Yeah. And Austria.
every day, once a day,
Twice.
Twice. And Austrian flying to Vienna, and then Blue Air is doing close flights.
For the summer season, we are doing 4 weekly to Stuttgart,
And
weekly to Köln.
Köln, yeah.
And
And Tarom?
Tarom is doing daily to Munich. But they are doing something, we are like a fancy airport, basically.
They come from Bucharest?
No, they are they operate like that, like this. They are taking off from Bucharest, they are going to Munich
And back.
they are landing here and go to Bucharest, but they do not work nothing between Sibiu and Bucharest. In the evening, they are going to Munich through Sibiu. So basically the first flight is coming from Munich in, I don't know, around 1 o'clock, and then the flight back is 5 o'clock.
But they don't sell the domestic segment?
No, because that's crossing the border issue. Basically, that flight we have, even we are in EU, we are not Schengen.
Yeah, I know.
So this is the foreign flight.
Yeah. So they only do the Munich to Sibiu part. Okay. Yeah.
We are growing. We do, I think, next year we're gonna reach 500,000 passengers.
In this year or next year? Next year, 2017.
We can need a whole year.
Yeah.
And based on what the others are,
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe we are trying to convince, for example, to connect us with the base without, for example, it's on the east side of, or the west side of Italy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are using us of video partners. And so yes, they are using the Bucharest airport, you know, because when we launched here, they also make a suggestion to open the giving process to Köln. But due to the fact that those airports are all like 100 kilometers away, it's 100 kilometers away, it's right on the limit that the EU regulations and this is why we have
this is
in 2000 decision was to go with this because
we had a lot of similar claims and debates and challenges, but I think it's nonsense because I mean these companies like Carpateras where maybe a little bit Blue Air is doing the same, like they are on high cost and they are unable to compete. And they try all kind of legal issues, you know.
In 2000.
Yeah, nearly that. Was suspicious. Yeah, he got into jail.
Basically, what I think is that in that period you would have been very impacted
he had this company from Australia and that was under some European investigation because of fraud. I don't know what happened in the end, but not a good thing. You know, I mean,
but right now they are recovering. Are claiming that the end of this year they will have to
yeah. I have to tell you one thing. I was in contact with Balázs, our airport development manager. He was really struggling with the contract finalization because your technical team had some last minute changes.
Mainly that one with
Yeah. So I know he told me. So I just need now all the contracts signed because you know this is not good that the lawyers in the last minute they are coming. Yeah. So we really have to now just get it done. Go ahead. Yeah. Yeah. Please do. Yeah.
And as the airport provides English, but we translate the one in
that one.
But that was the final.
Okay.
When I asked the provider, he was like, why you are insisting on that issue?
Yeah.
You must understand something. The same thing too. You are not getting discussion.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. So basically that contract is nothing. It's not that one is going to be in AIP on 1st of September.
Yeah, that's absolutely clear. Yeah.
I'm sure that the level of fees which
It should be challenge, yeah.
Because we are
Dar noi fi făcut așa o...
Mă, mai așa, dacă să nu te... Deci a fost mult mai așa, dar așteptam să nu te... Aici. Nu mai găpat. Uite.
Yeah.
Ce faci?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Care ne vorbește străineză?
Da.
El aștepta un răspuns care e foarte pozitiv pentru el. O zis așa, poate să se ceară la ea. Era să fie răturat.
Da, mulțumesc. Ăla e lui Carmen.
Aici. Dacă vrei să stai aici. Nu, că eu stau așa. Da, asta nu înțeles de ce. Nici nu am pus așa.
Vezi că numai pe asta pot scrie invers. Ce informații faci în
Engleză.
Ah, păi din engleză înțeleg.
Állomásoknél szeretnék repülőtéren, aztán innen azt az vonalat szolgálni. Úgyhogy ez egy jó fejlesztés, sokat fog jelenteni a megyének, meg a régiónak. Szerintem a üzleti mindenféle Szerintem a
ai grijă cu camerele astea,
I-am dat
ce
drumul,
faci?
deci
Ai dat drumul de când vorbeam? Nu? Bine.
Ah, da.
Ce faceți?
Așa ai faci?
Dar promit că vrei să tai, că poți să tai.
Să tai.
Dar de ce a spus masa asta așa? De ce a spus așa?
Dar serios, deci stați în diagonală.
Eu sunt invitat aici ca să am înțeles.
Dar cine ai văzut?
Este firma de PR WIZZ AIR, pentru că era momentul ăsta un
Dar zi-mă un pic, că e o nouă bază la Sibiu și o nouă destinație în Suceava. Adică nu Sibiu Suceava, că dacă iau așa, așa înțeleg. Deci de la Suceava au ei...
Suceava la Londra. Dar ei sunt în trei, da, ei sunt în trei locuri în momentul ăsta. La 10 au început pe Suceava și la București, la Luțe, și la noi la 10 jumate că am avut treabă la conferința cu elvețieni.
Da.
Ce? Nu ne înțeles să pleci la Suceava la Londra? Nu ne som.
La ce oră?
La 10 jumate. Haide, nu ce informații, cum să nu știm Suceava la Londra.
Pentru că mai sunt multe chestii.
Stai,
Yeah, we really want to make sure that we have events and enough communication in the community. As I said, it's a lot of noise done by our main competitor, and I think we need to well, you know, they do anything which is possible to be used for a little decision, they always make a big fuss about it.
Aștept să te aștept.
Even if there's nothing, they can create something which is looking like, oh, people have to say something. And in the end, they don't say much, but still, it's a lot.
Domnul președinte, mai avem evenimente, subsidiere. Luați microfonul și spuneți că In Sibiu nu putem încep la presă.
Asta e evenimentul ca să înțelegi. Trage de orice.
Dar putea să începem.
Și despre semnarea de un pilot contractor, nu ne zice nimic?
Păi dacă tragi un combat,
Păi da, dar să ne zică că s-a semnat contractul sau că se semnează sau că de când o să fie cursa. Am un bătrân care mă sună de 3 ori pe săptămână că eu trebuie să plece la Milan. Așa e. Adică nu știu.
And then we will figure out maybe maybe elsewhere. So we want to keep up, you know? Yeah. Thank you. Merci.
Bună dimineața! O să vă rog să luați loc. Văd că sunt locuri neocupate și ar fi păcat să stați în picioare. Vă mulțumim frumos că ați acceptat invitația noastră pentru astăzi. WIZZ AIR are noutăți pentru Sibiu. Deja îi cunoașteți pe domnul care reprezintă aeroportul, domnul Gârga și pe domnul Șovoială de la Consiliul Județean. Domnul Abran este de partea companiei WIZZ AIR aici și fără să vă mai spun alte cuvinte, o să las pe dumneavoastră să vă spună exact noutățile zilei. Mulțumesc!
Good morning and welcome everybody to this press conference of WIZZ AIR. It is a great day for Sibiu as a city and a county, and also for WIZZ AIR, and we have good news to announce. Basically, before getting to the concrete news concerning Sibiu, let me just reiterate in a couple of sentences who WIZZ AIR is and what we do, and give you some news in general about the company. I think there is translation into Romanian if somebody needs it, but if you are fine with English, I'll just go ahead. So basically, WIZZ AIR today is the biggest airline in Romania, as well as in the Central Eastern European arena, in the region. We have transported 20 million passengers actually in 2015, and we have 22 bases in 12 countries in the region. You see all the list of the countries we are, basically everywhere in Central Eastern Europe, and the cities where we have. And Romania actually is one of the biggest and the most important countries for us. We have a fleet of Airbus. Most of the Airbus are type 320, but also 4 units of 321, the bigger Airbus aircraft. And we have more or less 2,600 employees. So that's the size of the company. We have actually a network, a route network of more than 420 routes across Europe, and that goes actually beyond Europe. It covers some of the countries like Israel and Dubai, and even far northwest in Iceland and Canary Islands. So it's stretching more than Europe, I would say, but most of the routes, of course, even in Europe, and covering 38 countries. The passenger traffic was impressive, I would say, over the last 12 years since our inception from 2004, where we started operation. We were successfully growing every single year, be it in good times, bad times for the industry, be it low fuel price or high fuel price or economic recession or good conditions. We were always able to add more passengers and to grow the business in a spectacular way. Just a few sentences about the business model. We have a very young and dynamic team. You can see them already because we have flights already from Sibiu, as well as on many other places in Romania. It's a very talented, very well-educated cabin crew. More than 65% of the cabin crew actually have higher degree education. And we have always opportunities for new jobs. We are recruiting continuously pilots and cabin crew in Romania. So we are a big employer as well, not just transporting passengers in the county and the region, but also employing a lot of people. And we have a very productive, very efficient workforce, so that helps us to keep actually the efficiency and low cost. The fleet I mentioned already, it is basically consisting of 2 types, and it is a fleet of 67 Airbuses altogether, 63 of the 320 and 4 of the 321. A very young fleet, 4 a year is the average age of the fleet, and that is always actually good. It's like when you have a car, a new car usually is going well, needs less maintenance, it's reliable, it's more robust. Same with the aircraft actually. A new aircraft is more efficient, consumes less fuel, needs less maintenance, it's very robust and very reliable, and we are using new aircraft from the factory, and the average age is only 4 years, so it's very low consumption, very green, low emissions, and it also helps to keep the utilization and the efficiency of the system. So we are using it from early morning to the late evening, and it flies more or less all the day with only 30-minute turns. And that's important for us, so we can actually use it for more than 12 hours every day, these aircraft. On the sales and distribution, I would just like to mention to you, probably already know that it is mostly direct distribution, and you are always able to buy tickets on wizzair.com on the internet, as well as on mobile applications, both on Android and iPhone, and any sort of channel, but we are also selling through travel agents if somebody wants to get into a physical location. And we do have actually a separate business for WIZZ Tours, which is a packaged deals, hotels and flights together. The specific Romanian development, I would like to mention two aspects. One was the passenger traffic, how it was growing. As you see on the chart, in 2015, 4.5 million passengers in Romania, and that was actually consistently growing every year. And on the other chart, you see our market share in terms of the other airlines in Romania. We are the biggest with 29%, almost 28.6% market share, bigger than the local carriers, Tarom and Blue Air, and also bigger than the other foreign carriers. So we are really home in Romania. We are really feeling like we are committed to this market. We were here from 2007. We have a good track record. We were able to grow. The customers really like our service. We do like, we have a lot of Romanian employees, of course, and we feel home. And we are just extending further our footprint in Romania, as you will see, as we did in the last 9 years. In the last 9 years altogether, actually, we transported 22 million passengers in Romania, so we could say each single Romanian took once a WIZZ flight, but probably there were a couple of people who took several flights and somebody didn't take yet any flight. But on average, 22 million is a big number. Where we are in Romania and what the Sibiu news will mean, actually we will open a base in Sibiu, and that is actually a big commitment, a big development step. A base means that an aircraft will be stationed here in the airport of Sibiu. We will have local crew, we will have pilots recruited, we will have cabin crew recruited, we will have more ground handling services, and the aircraft will be serviced here every night, and we will be generating more jobs in the local economy. We will generate more tourism. We will also be offering services to those who work abroad and want to come back to visit their families and friends. And of course, it's a lot of opportunities for those who want to go abroad and see other places. As you know, we already had 2 routes from Sibiu. It was to London and to Dortmund, and now we will be adding 4 more routes to Nuremberg in Germany, to Munich, Memmingen in the south of Germany, to Milan, Bergamo in Italy, and to Madrid in Spain. And that altogether will generate actually the capacity which will be all flown on one aircraft, one Airbus 320, which will be stationed here. It will generate approximately 100 workplaces. That is both direct and indirect, so roughly speaking 36 people will be employed by us directly as pilots and cabin crew, and the rest of the employment will be generated in the airports and in the service industry, like tour restaurants, taxis, other bus companies, hotels and so on, which all benefit from the higher traffic. And that is actually altogether obviously a significant investment. So every new aircraft, when we deploy it somewhere, it's like a 100 million euro investment. This 4 destinations I don't need to present probably too much, because you are all very much aware of these cities. Obviously, the point here, most important point, is that we will start these routes in August, and we will offer low fares. And the low fares mean actually fares starting from 69 Romanian lei, which is actually an entry point where everybody can fly. It is important, and this is our philosophy, that people can benefit from the low fare, low cost services we offer on the market, and it is cheaper the sooner people book, and these will be available as of today already. The other news, actually, my colleague in Suceava is also announcing another route that will be a Suceava-London route. I'm just mentioning it here because it shows the commitment to cover all of Romania, but that's not particular to this region, of course. Nevertheless, I would emphasize that the whole network in Romania is just getting stronger, and it is reinforcing our position #1 on the market with a network which is now covering 114 routes in Romania, 9 airports. So we are covering actually all the regions, we have bases in Bucharest, of course, in Cluj, in Timișoara, Craiova, Târgu we already had, and we will open bases, as you have already seen the announcements, in Iași, that will be opened in July, and then Sibiu in August. So altogether that will be 9 airports and 7 bases. 7 airports will be base airports. We are also operating to Constanța, and this newest addition was Suceava. So really covering the whole of Romania, being the biggest carrier with 19 aircraft allocated across the whole country, and 16 destination countries being covered, which is altogether 114 routes. So that's altogether very good news, and not only to the region but the whole country. We have more than 600 employees in Romania. Indirectly, we created 3,300 jobs in this sector in general, in the tourism travel sector. We invested 2 billion euros already so far, and we continue to do so. And we will have actually also the first A321 aircraft coming in May that will go to Bucharest, and the journey will continue. So it's actually a very exciting and very important development step, but it's not the last, and you will see more news coming out from WIZZ every month pretty much. So I'm very happy to come back and tell you further news as soon as we have them. I'll now hand over to the General Director of the airport and the Vice President of the county, and then we will take your questions, of course. Thank you.
Domnule director comercial al companiei WIZZ AIR, domnule director general al aeroportului Sibiu, stimați jurnaliști, doresc în primul rând să vă mulțumesc pentru invitația pe care mi-ați adresat-o de a fi astăzi și a participa alături de dumneavoastră la acest eveniment de prezentare a unui bilanț, precum și a noutăților dumneavoastră referitoare la viitorul companiei în Sibiu. În calitate de vicepreședinte al Consiliului Județean cu atribuții de președinte, vreau să subliniez și să leg deschiderea a 4 noi curse aeriene de pe aeroportul internațional Sibiu spre Germania, Italia și Spania, de demersurile pe care le-a făcut Consiliul Județean Sibiu, care în urmă cu aproximativ 3 ani, rețin aprilie 2013, a aprobat acordarea de ajutoare financiare companiilor aeriene care introduc rute noi pe aeroportul internațional Sibiu. Acest demers al nostru a fost de bun augur, dovadă fiind deschiderea în 2014 a 2 curse noi spre Luton și Dortmund, operate chiar de compania dumneavoastră WIZZ AIR. Iată că aceeași companie s-a arătat interesată și în anul 2016 și începând de anul acesta se vor deschide încă 4 noi rute, așa cum le-ați spus și dumneavoastră, la Memmingen, Nürnberg, Madrid și Milano. Cu toate că la începutul anului au fost licitate 7 noi trasee și doar pentru 4 dintre ele am avut o singură ofertă din partea companiei dumneavoastră, Consiliul Județean Sibiu este mulțumit de această extindere a curselor de operare de pe aeroportul internațional Sibiu. Noi nu ne pierdem speranța și vom face noi demersuri pentru a deschide alte trasee spre Paris, Roma sau Barcelona. În încheiere, domnule director comercial al companiei WIZZ AIR, vă adresez să aveți parte de mulți pasageri, atât de pe aeroport, cât și spre aeroportul internațional Sibiu, iar conducerii aeroportului internațional Sibiu îi doresc mult succes și eficiență în realizarea planului de management. Vă mulțumesc!
Vă mulțumim! Aș vrea să încep prin a mulțumi că ați dat curs invitației adresate de către compania WIZZ AIR alături de noi. Cred că e momentul să ne exprimăm noi, ca comunitate, aprecierea faptului că WIZZ AIR a luat decizia de a pune aeroportul Sibiu pe harta aeroporturilor din rețeaua WIZZ AIR, unde va fi o bază operată, ceea ce nouă ne dă speranța și încrederea că demersurile pe care le-am făcut în sensul de a crește traficul și de a conecta comunitatea pe care o deservim cu cât mai multe destinații către Europa este unul stabil, durabil și că în timp își va dovedi eficacitatea atât pentru operatori aerieni cât și pentru noi. Dacă putem spune că în acest moment în care anunțăm deschiderea celor 4 noi rute, ajungem la un număr de 10 destinații operate de pe aeroportul Sibiu, demonstrăm faptul că ceea ce se întâmplă la nivelul aeroportului și eforturile pe care le facem în a asigura cât mai multe conexiuni ne vor asigura, cel puțin din partea noastră, destinațiile dorite de către publicul pe care le deservim, dar dați-mi voie să vă adresez o rugăminte prin intermediul presei, respectiv dacă demersul aeroportului s-au finalizat în acest moment, respectiv am reușit să convingem operatori aerieni să vină să deschidă rute noi, de acum treaba de a-i convinge să rămână și să adauge rute, să adauge frecvențe, este a tuturor. Vă mulțumesc! Întrebări?
Dacă sunt întrebări, vă rog să solicitați microfonul.
Am dorit să știm dacă you understand Romanian or I speak in English?
I do understand a little bit Romanian.
I want to know if it is if WIZZ AIR have plans for future to have a second airplane here, and if have plans to have new routes from Sibiu. There are a lot of requests for other cities from Spain, Barcelona, for Paris in France, for Rome in Italy. My name is Dragoș Popescu. I'm from Ora de Sibiu.
It's always good to receive the question on the second aircraft when we talk about the first, and that's happening everywhere. It's understandable. Of course, we grow step by step, so we would like to see the results on the first aircraft, see how these routes develop and generate traffic and revenues, and it is always a big investment. You know, when you start a new route or a new base, you need to be a little bit patient, but I fully understand that people from Sibiu are keen on even further news. I think that the only thing I can point to is the example of other bases. So if you look at Cluj, if you look at Bucharest or Timișoara, you see that as time was going on, we were adding further aircraft, and it only depends really on the traffic and the demand in this region and to this region. I think Sibiu has good potential. It is a nice city, first of all. It has mountains next to it. It is a lot of cultural and touristic things to be done here, and it will have attraction, I think, as well as will be a good gateway for people from the region to go see places in Western Europe. So I trust that it will develop and we will get more routes and further capacity, but at this stage it is too early to give you promises and to tell you exactly when and what those will be.
Carmen Vulcan, National Public Radio. I know you cannot say now exactly, but is it a chance for this year for new routes or not?
Well, I think that this year we'll start these 4 routes in August. And as far as we are planning the capacities, it will be very difficult, you know, to change our plans for this year, but we definitely have a long horizon of planning, more or less 12 months or beyond. So I would see more possibility probably from the year after, next year.
And you said that from today the tickets are online?
That's true. So the tickets are on sale.
For all the 4 new routes?
Yes, all the 4 routes and the 2 existing routes are on sale as of now. So if after the press conference somebody wants to buy a ticket, feel free, you will find those new routes on sale, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Alte întrebări?
I have a question. Pentru dumneavoastră, ce înseamnă pentru aeroport deschiderea noi baze? Bănuiesc că înseamnă și financiar.
Da. Nu putem să excludem și elementul financiar din ecuația adăugării acestor noi rute. Dacă ne uităm la frecvențele minime care urmează să fie operate, putem să tragem concluzia că vor genera cel puțin 100.000 de pasageri îmbarcați, debarcați, suplimentar față de ceea ce aveam la acest moment. Asta înseamnă că, inclusiv din punct de vedere al veniturilor pe care aeroportul le va genera pe urma acestei dezvoltări, nu vor face decât să ducă la creșterea eficientizării activității, așa cum o știm cu toții la acest moment.
Mă refer la bază. Deci, în afară de creșterea numărului de pasageri datorită noilor rute, la faptul că se stabilește o bază.
Faptul că se stabilește o bază ne dă, repet, convingerea că acest demers este unul durabil, astfel încât să putem lua decizii pe un termen lung, inclusiv decizii economice, să zicem, legate de modul în care reușim să concretizăm serviciile pe care le prestăm în partea financiară și în partea de venituri la aeroportului. Deci, din punctul ăsta de vedere, repet, avem certitudinea că nivelul veniturilor pe care le avem la acest moment se va menține la într-o anumită limită și luând în considerare faptul că, așa cum a prezentat și domnul Abram, chiar dacă nu a menționat acest aspect, dar cunosc faptul că acolo unde WIZZ Air a deschis o bază, a continuat operarea chiar și pe perioada crizei, cum am menționat. Deci, din punctul ăsta de vedere, cred că avem asigurată pe viitor o continuitate în ceea ce privește numărul de pasageri utilizați la aeroport și implicit veniturile generate de operare.
Am o întrebare tot pentru dumneavoastră, domnul director. Ne puteți spune dacă vor mai fi lansate în acest an licitații pentru noi destinații și care sunt șansele ca aceste licitații să aibă un happy end ca și astăzi?
Ok, cred că trebuie să înțelegem, astăzi anunțăm rezultatul licitației care tocmai s-a încheiat. E prematur să ne pronunțăm în acest moment că vom mai da drumul sau vom propune Consiliului Județean să deschidă noi licitații. Asta rămâne inclusiv de dialogul pe care îl avem în permanență cu companiile aeriene, de modul în care semnalele pe care le primim privind potențiale noi destinații ne sunt transmise și dacă vom considera necesar și vom considera că demersul de a deschide o nouă rută se poate finaliza cu un potențial succes, o vom face. Dacă nu, vom continua să prezentăm aeroportul de asemenea manieră încât să înțeleagă operatorii aerieni că în Sibiu există trafic.
Domnul Cârdea, a fost decizia luată în Consiliul Județean în ceea ce privește modificarea tarifelor. Urmează să fie aplicată la nu mă înșel din august, da?
De la 1 septembrie.
Așa. Care este mesajul nostru pentru cei care urmează să folosească serviciile? V-ați adresat lor ca fiind oamenii de care va depinde dezvoltarea aeroportului. modificarea tarifelor, cum îi afectează sau cum îi ajută, practic, cum vine în sprijinul călătorului direct? Ca și...
Ok, ce vreau să înțelegeți este faptul că serviciile pe care le prestăm noi nu se adresează în mod direct pasagerilor. Da? Noi prestăm servicii către companiile aeriene. Sperăm că modul în care am așezat tarifele, respectiv am plecat de la principiul de a asigura venituri la un anumit nivel și cu o anumită permanentizare, de aceea tariful de landing, care e un tarif raportat la tonajul aeronavelor, a suferit o creștere. Iar cel la pasager, tocmai pentru că ne dorim ca pasagerii să beneficieze de prețuri cât mai atractive, le-am redus, dar cu aceeași valoare cu care am crescut celălalt tarif. Din punctul ăsta de vedere, cred că companiile care vor fi interesate să dezvolte trafic la noi, noi am venit în întâmpinarea lor, încercăm să determinăm pe toți operatorii care operează la aeroportul Sibiu și pe alți potențiali parteneri că aeroportul Sibiu este un aeroport competitiv din punct de vedere al tarifelor și al serviciilor pe care le oferim atunci când ne raportăm la ceea ce avem în piața din România și credem că prin demersul pe care l-am făcut și mulțumim Consiliul Județean că a fost alături de noi și a aprobat noua structură a tarifelor, să demonstrăm în timp că a fost un pas normal, o evoluție normală.
I have another question for WIZZ representative. First, it is that we received information that for the flights for Madrid, for the first flight for Madrid, all the tickets are off because we have people to try to buy a ticket and they are off. And the second question it is, we know that you have plans for internal routes. I think you started with Cluj-Bucharest. And I want to ask you if it is in your plans to have another routes from Romania to Bucharest, because you know that in Sibiu it is a problem. Talom is not have a flight from here to Bucharest. And if it is in your plans to have other routes from other city to capital Bucharest.
Regarding the flight to Madrid, I'll check. Actually, maybe the system is being just configured, but I'll just right now see on the mobile if you can search. I think it normally should be on sale in a few minutes, if not already. So on the other question on the domestic route, you are right that we did launch actually the Cluj-Bucharest domestic route with daily frequency in the summer and already goes up to 10 frequencies a week in the winter schedule. And that is our only domestic route for the moment in Romania. We have two big bases in Cluj and in Bucharest, and it was a good opportunity for us to link them. Now, I don't exclude that there could be further domestic route developments, but now, I think under the current conditions, it is again a little bit early to talk about the Sibiu to other Romanian places. Domestic route from Sibiu would be not something that I could confirm to you. I know that Tarom had a flight. We were discussing with the general director of the airport that it is a pity that there is no more connection if people want to go to Bucharest, but you also need to understand the economic reality. So if some cities are not very close, but relatively close, and the driving distance is, let's say, only 3 or 4 hours, then the flying is not able to compete, because people who take their car, they would be in the other city in 3-4 hours. If they fly, they would need to go to the airport, go through security, fly an hour, then take a taxi back to the city center. So flying is competitive if you have a driving distance, let's say, of 7-8 hours or more. And that's the reality. So unfortunately, that's the same case in Western Europe. It's the same everywhere. If it's a short driving distance or good train connection or anything like that, then flying is not really competitive on short distances. So I think that is giving some limitations, I would say. But nevertheless, we will continue to look at opportunities.
Yes, but in Romanian we don't have highway, we don't have
Yeah.
good connection with CFR.
Yeah.
So
Well, now you have some highway actually being built.
Some.
But yeah. Okay.
Hello, Cristina Balou from Radio Antena Sibiului. As a journalist who has never traveled by plane, and because I know this has been done before, I need to ask, will there be any seats saved for the press, maybe, for the first flight?
What we do is we organize time to time press trips or special events where we show to the press the aircraft interior or even certain destinations or the services. So I think the best is if we keep in touch, also together with our representative here in Romania for communications, and we will let you know if we have such a press trip or we have some event, like we will, you know, most certainly have such press events and communication events in Romania in the coming months. I think that's probably what I can suggest at this stage.
Thank you.
you have plans, future plans for Timișoara, from base to Timișoara, new flights or something like this?
The most recent development was that we started the route from Timișoara to Eindhoven in March, and I think that it is true, as it is true for any other place in Romania, that we keep looking at opportunities. And what I mean we keep looking at opportunities is basically a continuous assessment of options. We need to always see a new route as a balance between the demand we forecast on the route and the cost to operate the route, and it is always like a business case. So for us, we are a company on the stock exchange in London. We are responsible to our investors to make things on a profit basis. We are not receiving any, you know, state subsidy, in the sense that our operations has to be sustainable, and therefore we always look at the routes as single business cases. I think that it's true in Timișoara, it's true in Sibiu, and it's true everywhere. So if we will see good bookings, good demand, and we see other opportunities, we will be very happy to come and announce new routes and start them. It just has to be subject to economic reality. But I think that if you look at the track record, if you look at how many passengers we carry and how we grow and how many aircraft we deploy, only this year we see that there are 4 new aircraft into Romania, 1 to Cluj, 1 to Bucharest, 1 new base in Iași, 1 new base in Sibiu. So the development is really continuous. I think that is giving you a good indication and a good view how things are ongoing. Well, thank you for all of you for coming, and if there are further questions on one-to-one, feel free to talk to us. Thank you.
Mulțumim.